Hi, it's the Wealthy Expat here in Doha, Qatar, or Qatar, as the locals call it. This is a very interesting country that I've wanted to visit for a long time. Now they're allowing foreigners to come back. I'm here for 3 days, exploring it, seeing their tax laws, seeing if it could be the new Dubai, because obviously Dubai is a 1-hour flight away, and they're quite jealous of what their neighbors have done, what they built, what kind of people they're attracting. So obviously they also want to be one of the top countries in the world, and they're holding the FIFA World Cup. So obviously you might want to be motivated to come to Doha and go to the World Cup and get a vibe for this place. So I did it for you. Essentially, to start off, my first impression of the country is it's very strict. That's the word that came to my mind, strict. When I went into the immigration counter, the first thing I could see was that they diligently go through your documentation. They see your certificate, which you need the thing in your arm. You also need a test to get in. So you need the thing in your arm, plus a test, plus an authorization that I didn't do because they told me that I don't need an authorization. And then when they told me that I needed the authorization, I told them, no, I'm a general manager of a company in Dubai. I own my own company. They said, oh, okay, so you're a director of a company. So yeah, I'm director of a company. Oh, okay, no problem. And then he looked at the passport again and he said, wait, actually you need a visa. I'm like, I don't need a visa. I was traveling on my US passport. This is the last trip that I'm taking on my US passport essentially. And he said, you actually need a visa, so go to that visa counter. So he sent me to the visa counter. I paid $30 for the visa. And then I came back, and then they gave me another problem where I had to go back to another counter, and then from that counter come back. Overall, just to enter the country was very hard, and I didn't expect it at all. I thought it would be like a 5-minute thing. And there wasn't really any lines anywhere. It was just very strict how they follow procedure, what kiosk you need to go to. Like, it was just very diligent. And I don't like that much. In Dubai with smart gates, for example, when you arrive at the airport, it's literally a 5-second process and you go through. Immigration is very chill, very easy. So Qatar definitely fixed that part. The second thing that I saw was obviously during Ramadan, which is the holy season and the holy month. All Muslims celebrate Ramadan. Here, it's extremely strict. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink anything outside. All restaurants, all coffee shops, absolutely everything were takeaway. You cannot eat outside. You will see a clip of me right now so you can see how it looks like. It is 5:30 in Doha, Qatar. And as you can see, there is nobody in the restaurant because you cannot eat or drink or do anything, even inside of the restaurant, before 6 p.m. during Ramadan. It's not like Dubai. Dubai, you can do whatever you want, but here they are very strict. So overall, that's what I felt. It's a very strict country. So if you're coming for the World Cup, prepare for that. So as you can see, there is nobody outside, and you cannot eat or anything until 6 p.m., which is quite bizarre. Dubai was like that 5 or 10 years ago. So that's also my second point, is Qatar or Doha is like Dubai, but 5 or 10 years ago. So extremely strict, extremely Muslim, just completely in that direction, just like Dubai was many years ago. So they still have a lot of development to go through, a lot of opening up to foreigners. That's definitely something. The next thing that I would say is that Doha and Qatar are basically the little brother of Dubai. It looks very similar. The beaches look very similar. The buildings look very similar. But Dubai takes it to a whole other level. So obviously Dubai has the Burj Khalifa, they have the Burj Al Arab, they have this giant buildings like all over the place. The skyline is massive. They have multiple sections of the city. Here it's quite simple. It's just one section or 1 or 2 sections. You have the Corniche area, which is quite boring to be honest. So compared to Dubai, there's not that much to do. That's what I found. I went to the city center mall. It was very small compared to Dubai Mall. The Mall of Qatar, also pretty small compared to the Dubai Mall. It's sort of like a little brother that is trying to get to that point, or a friend of that person that is trying to get to that point is a little jealous of their development. That's what I see Doha being. I do see it improving over time, but it's probably not going to get to that level. They have a lot of things that don't really make sense. So for example, one thing that I noticed, which was quite peculiar, is that they have a whole building for each government department. So they don't have different departments, different offices all over. No, they have one building for the Department of Education, for example, one building for the Department of Foreigners, one building for whatever. And they just take up the entire building for that particular department. And that was quite bizarre because in Dubai that does happen sometimes, where you have one building for one department, but typically you have multiple offices. The buildings also have other offices that people can use. So that was a bit bizarre. I think they have a lot of catching up to do to Dubai. They have a lot of building to do, which they're doing. They're building a very nice area here around the Intercontinental. So you'll see it in the videos that I'm putting here. I'm staying in the Intercontinental. Quite a great hotel, to be honest. This has been a great experience. It's much cheaper than Dubai. Also, I want to mention that it is way cheaper than Dubai. The taxis are about a quarter of the price. Everything in general, buying technology, buying AirPods, buying anything, it's a lot cheaper. Buying a suit, I bought a really nice suit in a shop here. It's about half the price of Dubai. So definitely if you're looking to live that Dubai lifestyle but not spend that much, then Doha might be an option for you. But most of my clients, they don't really care about getting the cheap. They just care about getting the more quality and the better options. So definitely Dubai. It does show me that Dubai is at a whole other level than anything else in terms of ease of travel, in terms of ease of doing business as well. So Qatar is also a zero personal income tax country. They do have capital gains tax at 10%. They have corporate tax at 10%, but it is zero personal income tax. So let's say that you run a company in Qatar and then you take all the money as personal income, you wouldn't pay any tax. Maybe Dubai is planning to be like Qatar in that way, that now that I'm thinking while I'm talking to you, when they introduce the 9% corporate tax, maybe they're thinking, okay, let's put like a 9% or 10% tax, just like Qatar, on companies, and then you can just take everything personal income and then not pay tax on it, and maybe have like a 10% or 5% capital gains. That might happen. I'm not saying it will. I hope it stays a zero tax country because I do love saying that I pay zero taxes and I do love helping people pay zero tax, but that might happen in the next, let's say, decade or two. So overall, Doha, great city, very clean, extremely clean, just like Dubai. A little bit cleaner than Dubai, I would say. The areas are not as different. I would say, for example, in Dubai, when you go to Doha or Sharjah, it is extremely different than what it is in Dubai. Pretty much all the areas that I visited here, it is quite a small place, right? You can run it all in about an hour and a half. There's not that big of a difference between different areas. So you don't see like super rich people and then super poor people. Pretty much everybody's at the same level. The currency is the same value as Dubai, and it is quite cheaper. So overall, they do have a lot of catching up to do. It is a very interesting place, but I would say it is extremely boring for 3, 5, 2 weeks. If you're staying here, for example, let's say you're staying like 5 days or 7 days. It's my second day today and I'm quite bored already. So I did everything yesterday and now I don't really have that much to do apart from talking to you about it. So I would definitely say if you're visiting it, great, but visit it for 1 or 2 days, visit it for the World Cup, and that's pretty much it. I love it, but overall, Dubai would be my better choice. If you want to learn how to pay zero taxes in Dubai, just like me and hundreds of my clients, and you want to learn what the process is step by step so you can do it yourself, check out the video that's going to pop up right here, how to pay zero taxes in less than 30 days. It's going to explain a lot of that process and everything included in it. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and the like button. I'll keep updating you of the countries that I travel. It's a Wealthy Expat. I'll see you on the next video.